Good morning. Welcome to another edition of Mark's Inspiration. You be sure and want to stick around for this one because it's about keeping things in perspective. My camera looks a little crooked, but I can't tell because this is an old house and the house is a little crooked. When you get as old as this house is, 150 years old, you're going to get a little crooked too. Okay, perspective and perception. How to keep things in perspective and how to change your perception on things. Life is a series of situations. Some people say problems, but I like to say situations because problems denote, say, something negative. But if you like, it's a series of problems and you can either live in the problem or live in the solution. And the one thing you need to do in regards to women is to keep things in perspective. You never want your woman to become the main focus of your life. And she doesn't want to be the main focus of your life. Contrary to what TV, movies, and Disney tell us, to where they fall in love and the prince just thinks she's the most important thing in the world. Do you think he needs to think that she's more important than his kingdom? Think about that. And do you want your woman thinking that you think that she is more important than your kingdom? Because she wants to be part of your kingdom. And you're not going to be a very good king when you become a king from a prince if you are putting so much of your focus on her that she is more important than your kingdom. She doesn't want to be there. She doesn't want to be that important. She wants to be about number 2 or 3 down the line. Now, most women will tell you that that's not true, that they want you to put them as a priority, number 1. But try that and see how that works for you. Maybe you already have tried it. I've done it. And it ends terribly with you having a broken heart and feeling like a piece of crap and unworthy. But it's not that you're unworthy, you just made a mistake. And you have to learn from your mistake. You can never put your woman in a position of, how do I say, of the most important thing in your life. Because what if something happens to her? Will you be so crushed you won't be able to continue to go on with your life? Or could you continue on? Think of it from her perspective. Let's say you meet her, you're going out, maybe you've been going steady, as we used to call it, for a year or 2. You really think a lot of this woman. And she's thinking about hooking up with you, marrying you, and having kids with you. Now, if she thinks that if she passed away, let's say after she had kids, that your world would crumble, that you couldn't go on, is she going to want to have a family with you? Is she going to want to trust her kids to you, the future life of her children to you, if she thinks that if she died, your whole world would crumble and you would fall apart? Who's going to take care of the kids? Certainly not you, because you won't be able to do that. So think about that. Looking at it from her perspective, through her eyes, doesn't that make sense why she wouldn't want you to put her as a number 1 priority in your life? Why she would not want you to pedestalize her? And if you do, she would lose interest in you. Now, she doesn't think of these things consciously. And just like us men, we do things sometimes, most of the time, unconsciously. But the difference between us and women is we have more of a capability of being logical and rational, as where women are more controlled by their emotions. Now, women can be logical and rational, but it's a little easier for us men to maintain our emotional stability in really difficult and trying times, such as war or even a big business deal where it's on the line of either making or breaking your company, or when you suffer a great loss in your business and you wonder how you're going to make it. Or let's say you suffer a great loss in your family life with her in the future and you just don't know how you're going to get through it. Do you lay down in the bed and cry all day and tell her how afraid you are? No, she doesn't want that. You can't do that. She's not your mommy. Your woman, your wife, girlfriend, whatever, does not want to be your mommy. Never, ever cry in front of your woman. I've done it before. They will never look at you the same. To gain back the respect you lose from that will take a long time and be difficult. I mean, okay, if your mom dies horribly in a car accident, you can shed a tear or two. But don't be crying because your dog died or your cat died or something terrible happened at work or your boss was mean to you. Go share that with your mentor or your best friend. Cry to him. It won't be long. He'll be telling you to buck up and be a man. Stand up. Be a man. Suck it up. That's not to say you shouldn't feel your emotions. There's a time and a place for everything. Stuffing emotions is not good for you. It's not good for your health. It's not good for anyone because it will come out somewhere, usually upon the people we love. That's why we have to deal with whatever emotional, I don't like using the word trauma, emotional situations which caused us pain in the past. We need to deal with those today, feel the emotions. If we weren't able to feel those back when we were a kid. When I was younger, you weren't supposed to cry. So I had a lot of stuffed down emotions that came out later in my life, usually in my relationships. And I had to bring those out and feel that pain and express that emotion to get rid of that. Uncover, discover, and discard. Okay? I got to get to work. Got to drive down to St. Louis today. A small job, but a long drive, so I got to go. If you would like to get my help personally, you can contact me at marksinspiration.com. My email is marksinspirationalguidance@gmail.com. And if you'd like to donate, you can hit the PayPal button, give $1, $2, $5, $10, $1,000, whatever you think the value of this video has been to you. I appreciate that. It helps me to keep going and kind of builds up my ego a little bit. Well, I don't know if it's my ego, but it makes me feel good. And I had my first $10 donation from, I was gonna put his name on there. I will put it in the description. A thank you from them. I wanna say, man, I meant to bring it down here with me. Oh, I'll get you next time. But thank you for that $10 donation. You know who you are. And thank you to my 1,334 subscribers. You can do it. You are amazing. But you have to believe that. Doesn't matter if I believe it. You have to believe it. Go to the mirror, look in the mirror, and tell yourself that you are amazing. Tell yourself that you're everything that you desire to be until you become that. You can. It does work. You have to do it consistently, persistently, over and over. You can program yourself to be who you desire to be, and only you can do that. I can't do your push-ups for you. No one else can either. But you can do it. All right, I'm gonna go. Take care.